Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. So inshallah ta'ala, continuing our studies of Medina book 2. الآن وصلنا إلى الدرس السابع, lesson number 7. Inshallah ta'ala, as normal, I'll read the dialogue and then this dialogue goes into the next page also. So what I'll do, I'll read the dialogue of this page so far, highlight the rules that we need to discuss inshallah ta'ala, and then I'll go to the next page and continue bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'm going to start reading from here. أين ذهبتم بعد الدرس يا أبنائي؟ ذهبنا إلى الملعب. أكرة القدم لعبتم أم كرة السلة؟ لعبنا اليوم كرة القدم. لعبنا كرة السلة في الأسبوع الماضي. أما ذهبتم إلى المكتبة اليوم؟ بلى ذهبنا. ماذا قرأتم هناك؟ قرأنا الصحف. أسمعتم الأخبار من الإذاعة اليوم؟ نعم سمعناها. من أي إذاعة سمعتم؟ من أي إذاعة سمعتم؟ سمعنا من 3 إذاعات، من إذاعة الرياض وإذاعة القاهرة وإذاعة لندن. سمعت أن بلالا مريض وأنه في المستشفى، أصحيح هذا؟ نعم هذا صحيح، شفاه الله. آمين. متى دخل المستشفى؟ دخل قبل 3 أيام. أين الكتاب ذو الغلاف الأحمر الذي كان في غرفتي؟ الذي كان في غرفتي. أرأيتموه؟ أنا أخذته البارحة وقرأت نصفه. وأين المجلة التي كانت تحت ذاك الكتاب؟ أهذه هي؟ لا، المجلة ذات الغلاف الأصفر هي عندي، أخذتها اليوم. يرن الجرس فيقوم مروان ويفتح الباب وتدخل أخواته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أين ذهبتن يا بناتي؟ ذهبنا لزيارة المديرة. أمشيتن أم ذهبتن بالسيارة؟ مشينا لأن بيتها قريب من مدرستنا. هو بين المسجد والمدرسة. هو بين المسجد والمدرسة. جيد. So inshallah ta'ala, just to highlight now all those parts of this lesson that we are going to discuss today inshallah. So as we know, now we're spending more attention on the verbal sentence, al-jumlat al-fi'liya. So from them now is al-fa'il, that we've been discussing the fa'il. So this is of the things to be discussing. Dhahabtum, okay. Also dhahabna and la'ibtum, all of these kind of verbs, okay. Also bala, we will remind ourselves about bala. I'm sure we've discussed it before, okay. And obviously we need to discuss, where is it now? سمعناها, right here. We have to discuss this attached pronoun for the object of the verb, and أرأيتموه, we have to discuss this. These are of the things that we're going to discuss in today's lesson. And ذات, we need to discuss ذات الغلاف inshallah ta'ala. And ذهبتن أمشيتن ذهبتن, all of this inshallah we'll discuss it today. Okay, so these are of the things that we're going to discuss regarding the verbal sentences, and just briefly, just to show you what we're talking about now. For example, we learned, before dhahabtu, dhahabta, dhahabti, dhahaba, dhahabat, but now it's more plural, and these are attached pronouns of the doer, the subject, al-fa'il. Al-fa'ilu in the Arabic language is called al-fa'ilu. Al-fa'ilu is the one who does the action. Al-fa'ilu, like this, is the one who does the action, okay? Either it's going to be a noun explicitly mentioned after the verb, or it's going to be a pronoun attached to the verb, as we can see in the examples of ذهبتم. ذهبتم, the fa'il is tum. Tum is the fa'il. You guys went, okay? If I said, for example, ذهبنا, ذهبنا, the fa'il is the na. The fa'il is na. We went, okay? So this is of the things that we're going to discuss, inshallah ta'ala. And what we'll do, as it comes within the exercise, when I'm going through the exercises, I will discuss these rules and principles with you all, inshallah ta'ala. So in continuing the reading of the dialogue, we stopped on the last page. So this is the rest of it, inshallah. أوجدتنها في البيت؟ نعم وجدناها وجدناها جلسنا عندها ثلث ساعة وخرجنا من بيتها في الساعة الخامسة. أرأيتن المكنسة يا بنات؟ بحثت عنها كثيرا وما وجدتها. أنا وضعتها تحت السلم هذا الصباح. يا أمي أفي الثلاجة ماء بارد؟ نحن عطاش. أبشر فيها ماء بارد وعصير البرتقال. So that's the end of that dialogue, inshallah ta'ala, that we will discuss different rules pertaining to today's lesson. So the first exercise, أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. We know what that means now. So you do these exercises. Also, just as to point out, you have the answer book in the resources page for Medina Book 2, or the Medina books. So when you're studying now, you can check your answers when you attempt these exercises according to the same exercise within the answer book. Within the answer book, you'll find the answers for when you attempt these exercises. So always go back and check your answers, inshallah ta'ala. Then we have هنا ضع هذه العلامة صحيح أمام الجمل الصحيحة وهذه العلامة خطأ أمام الجمل التي ليست صحيحة. نعم, and that is up until here. Then we have أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. هذه الأسئلة ليست مبنية على الدرس السابع. So answer these questions, they're not based on this dialogue. Okay, they're just random questions, okay, that you answer inshallah ta'ala with your knowledge of the Arabic language. أنث الفاعل في كل من الجمل الآتية. Make the subject of the verb, the one who does the verb, the doer, feminine. أنث, make it مؤنث, feminine. The subject, the one who does the verb in all of these sentences. So أشربتم القهوة يا إخوان? Did you drink coffee, oh brothers? Now أشربتم, this is أنتم, masculine. أشربتن, you can see this how we've made it feminine. يا أخوات, the feminine. Okay, so this is what you need to do for the rest of these sentences. Change the doer of the verb to become feminine, as has been made clear in this example. أشربتم القهوة يا إخوان؟ أشربتن القهوة يا أخوات? And you're going to do the same thing. أقرأتم هذه المجلة يا رجال? Then you're going to change that أقرأتن, for example, and apply the same rule to all of the following exercises. So that is emphasizing the difference between the attached pronoun of a verb. So if we take the pattern of the verb is fa'ala. Okay, the pattern of the verb is fa'ala in general. That's the past tense verb. But when we learned about attaching the pronouns, so far we have learned this. Fa'al tum. Okay, fa'al tum. So tum represents antum, the plural masculine second person. But now we've learnt fa'al tunna. Okay, and that is emphasizing the second person plural feminine addressed pronoun to show who's doing the action, insha'Allah ta'ala, as we'll come to see anyway for the rest of these studies of the Arabic language. هذا التمرين الخامس, the fifth exercise, where it says أمام كل جملة فيما يلي صيغتان للفعل اختر الصيغة الصحيحة وأكمل بها الجملة. So it mentions here, in front of each sentence, there are two ways to say the verb. قرأتم, قرأتن. You need to choose the correct one of these two verbs to place in the missing gap, the missing space here, to complete the sentence. So you need to observe who's being spoken to, whether it's masculine plural, feminine plural, and choose the correct version of the verb and place it in the missing space here. Okay, I'm not going to do it for you. It's very easy, this exercise. It's just drilling the usage of the verb with the attached pronoun for plural, masculine and feminine. So you choose the right one based on the rest of the information within the sentence. Then we have تأمل الأمثلة ثم أدخل كان على الجمل الآتية. Okay, so ponder over the following examples, 1, 2, 3, and enter kana upon these sentences, and then you'll be able to do the same thing for the rest of the sentences here, the next 5 sentences. But just something to point out, okay? Kana. When we have kana, it affects a sentence, okay? But if we look at this sentence, al-mudarrisu fil fasli. Al-mudarrisu, this is the mubtada, so say mim. Okay, fil fasli, this is all the khabar. This is all the khabar, the information. Okay, this is all the information about the mudarris. Al-mudarris, okay, what about him? Fil fasli is in the classroom. Okay, so then here it says kana. So now we've entered kana upon this sentence. كان المدرس في الفصل قبل 5 دقائق. So قبل 5 دقائق was also part of the sentence, okay? But now, in general, we're not going to see an effect in this sentence because في الفصل, في is a preposition, doesn't change. كان المدرس في الفصل, okay? والطلاب في الملعب. كان الطلاب في الملعب قبل نصف ساعة. Now, what is it showing you, the usage of kana here? Kana shifts the time of an action to the past tense, okay? So الطلاب في الملعب, the students are in the playground. When I say كان الطلاب في الملعب قبل نصف ساعة, for example, that will make the sentence now mean the students were in the playground. They're not there now. They were there before. How long ago were they there? Half an hour ago. قبل نصف ساعة. Half an hour ago they were there. So that's the usage of kana. Okay, kana is to change the time of the action to talk about it in the past. Okay. أمي في المطبخ. My mother is in the kitchen. كانت أمي في المطبخ قبل قليل. My mother was, she's not there anymore. She was in the kitchen a little while ago, is قبل قليل. Okay. So basically you're going to take these sentences and apply the addition of kana, as we've seen in these 3 examples, to the rest of these sentences, as a means of shifting the time of that which is being mentioned in the nominal sentence. So for example, it says Al-Mudiru fi ghurfatihi. The headmaster is in his room. Okay, so now you're going to change that to say he was in his room. He's no longer there now. How do I say he was in his room? This is where we introduce the usage of kana, one of the usages of kana. Then we have here تأمل الأمثلة ثم اقرأ الجملة الآتية مع ضبط الميم والحروف الساكنة الأخرى. So I mentioned, read the following examples and then read the following sentences whilst making precise the letter, the meme, and all of the letters that have sukun, the other letters that have sukun. Okay. So it says أقرأتم هذا الكتاب. أقرأتم القرآن. Now, remember we learned before in Medina but 1, when there's 2 sukuns in a row, sometimes we use a kasra as a helping vowel, like جاءت الطلاب, جاءت الطالبة, جاءت الطالبة. Okay, here أقرأتم القرآن. Now we need a helping vowel to join these 2 together. What's it going to be? أقرأتم القرآن. When it's أنتم, we use the dhamma as the helping vowel. Okay, we use the dhamma as the helping vowel. Just like here, we use, for example, خرجت آمنة. خرجت البنت. خرجت البنت. So it's خرجت البنت becomes خرجت البنت with the kasra as the helping vowel. But as when it's plural with the meme at the end, we add the dhamma and not kasra. Okay, so that's the usage of the helping vowel when there's 2 sukuns in a row. As we know in the Arabic language, you're not allowed to have 2 sukuns in a row. It's not possible. It's not allowed in the Arabic language. Okay. So for example, akaltum al-mawza, you need to fill in the right vowel sounds on meme with its sukun or not to show that you understand the usage of iltiqa as-sakinain, two sukuns coming in a row, which is not allowed in the Arabic language. So we use a helping vowel to facilitate that. Then it says ta'ammal ma yali, ponder over that which what follows. Daraba plus hu equals darabahu. Now this is important. This is showing you when we use the attached pronoun as an object of the sentence. So before you might have had a sentence like this. Daraba Muhammadun. Why is it Muhammadun with dhammatain? Because this is the one who does the action. The dhamma shows who is doing the action. Daraba Muhammadun Zaydan. So I know because of this fatha Zaydan that this means he is the object, one who was hit. So daraba Muhammadun Zaydan. Muhammad hit Zayd. Okay. So now the who, let's say the in this sentence the who represents Zayd. So we went from daraba plus who, i.e. him, and this becomes darabahu. Darabahu. He hit him. Okay, darabahu. This is a way to attach the object as a pronoun, as we're going to come and see inshallah on the next page anyway, the ways that this how we show the attached pronoun as an object of the sentence inshallah ta'ala. So in continuing to look at when we add the attached pronouns to represent the doer as well as the object of the verb. So here you have darabta, okay? So that ta represents anta. You're the one who done the action. You're the one who struck or hit. Who? Darabta who becomes darabtahu. You hit him. Darabti plus who? Darabtihi. If you notice in this one, it takes kasra. That's because it's just to make it easier. You don't say darabtihu. That's too difficult to say. So to make it easier, we say darabtihi. Okay, when it comes after kasra, like fihi, darabtihi, not darabtihu. That's difficult. Darabtihi, easier to say. That's why we say the kasra on the ha in that circumstance. They have darabtu ana. I'm the one who did it. Darabtuhu, I hit him. Okay. But then we look at now, we have darabtum, antum, you all did it. When we have tum plus who, it equals darabtum plus wow. We separate the verb and the doer from the object with wow. So it becomes darabtumuhu. Darabtumuhu. That's only for antum, okay? Darabtumuhu. And here's more examples. Aina talibul jadid. Where's the new student? Ara'aytumuhu. Ara'aytumuhu. Have you seen him? Like all of you. Ara'aytum, antum. And then we had the who. Ara'aytumuhu. So when we add in the pronoun as an object on verbs that end, the conjugated pronoun is antum. Darabtum. Ra'aytum. Dakhaltum. Dhahabtum. Or kharajtum. Taraktum. Any of these verbs, when we're adding the pronoun onto it as a object, what happens? We put the wow in between the object pronoun and the pronoun of the doer of the verb. That's only for those that end in tum. Those that end in tum. Okay. Ain al hayya. Where's the snake? Aqataltumuha. Have you killed it? Aqataltumuha. Okay. هذا درس سهل. This is an easy lesson. أفهمتموه. Have you understood it? أفهمتم. Okay, how you say have you understood it? أفهمتموه. We add this extra wow, okay, to emphasize the addition of the object pronoun at the end, which is the who. That goes back to درس سهل. Okay. اقرأ الجمل الآتية مع الضمائر المذكورة أمامها. So read the following sentences and then you have, and you're going to basically do the same thing we've done here. The verb plus the doer plus the pronoun equals how do you say it. So رأيتم plus hum. I'll do this one for you. رأيتم plus hum equals رأيتموهم. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing for the rest of these 6 sentences, inshallah ta'ala. Then we have اقرأ الأمثلة ثم أكمل كلا من الجمل الآتية مستعملا ذو. Read the following sentences and then complete the following sentence. Read the following examples, then complete the following sentences using ذو. Now ذو, it means صاحب, it means the one who has. So let's look at these sentences, okay? We're going to look at the 4 sentences. أين الكتاب? Where's the book? Which book? ذو الغلاف الأحمر. Where's the book that has a red cover? غلاف meaning cover, الأحمر, red one. ذو الغلاف الأحمر. لمن ذاك البيت ذو الباب الأخضر. Whose is that house that has the green door? من ذلك الفتى ذو النظارة. Who's that young man that has glasses, with glasses on? ذلك الرجل ذو اللحية الطويلة طبيب مشهور من Pakistan. That man who has a long beard is a famous doctor from Pakistan. Okay, so that's the usage of ذو to say someone has. صاحب, as we can see in all of these sentences. Now the rule of ذو, the word that comes after it is مضاف إليه. It's used as the possessive construction. So ذو is the مضاف, and what comes after is مضاف إليه, it takes kasra. Okay, that's important to know. So if you look at من ذلك الولد, then we have القميص الأحمر. You need to put ذو in this gap to complete the sentence, and then make the necessary vowel precision at the end of each word, inshallah ta'ala. So من ذلك الولد ذو القميص الأحمر. I just do the first one for you, and I want you to apply this to the rest of the other sentences, insha'Allah ta'ala. So ذو is masculine. As we can see here, number 10, اقرأ الأمثلة الآتية لذات. That is the feminine. أين المجلة ذات الصور الملونة. Where's the magazine that has? So he said ذات, and though it means that has colorful pictures. صور الصور الملونة, colorful pictures. Okay, so ذات is the feminine of ذو, and again the rule is مضاف مضاف إليه, as you can see in these examples. Then we have اقرأ الأمثلة ثم كون جملا مثلها مستعمل الكلمات التي بين القوسين. Read the following examples and then form sentences like them using the words that are in the brackets. So we have أكرة القدم لعبتم أم كرة السلة. So this is when you're asking an either or question using the hamza of questioning, and which means or. When you're asking a question or, we say am. أكرة القدم لعبتم أم. Okay, so here we have a change of order of the sentence. We mentioned the object first, and then the verb, and then or, and then the second object. أمحمدا رأيت أم حامدا. Is it Muhammad you saw or Hamid? Okay, أكتاب الفقه أخذت أم كتاب السيرة. So this is the usage of either or. Is it this or that? Now you have ضربت عباس محمود. So you would say, for example, I'll do this one for you just to make it clear. You would say أعباسا ضربت أم محمودا. أعباسا ضربت or ضربتي if it's a girl you're talking to, or محمودا. Okay, that's how you would do that one. So you need to apply the same rule in the rest of these sentences, inshallah ta'ala. So obviously you're going to mention one of the objects first, and then the verb, and then the other possible object, inshallah ta'ala. Then we have ta'ammal al-kalimat al-atiyah. Ponder over the following words, and this is how we say nisf, half, and this is the sign, thuluthun, a third, rub'un, a quarter. So the pattern of the fractions is fu'lun or fu'ulun. So thuluthun or thulthun or rubu'un or rub'un, we can say both of them, is permissible inshallah ta'ala. And that's how we say fractions in the Arabic language. So looking at the fractions again, continue the fractions. Khumsun, a fifth. Sudsun or sudusun, sudsun, a sixth. Sub'un, a seventh. Thumnun, an eighth. Tus'un, a ninth. And ushrun, 1/10. That's the fraction patterns in the Arabic language. Fu'lun, the patterns for fractions in the Arabic language. Then كون جملة مستعملة الكلمات الآتية. Make your own sentences using these following words. Using these following words, make your own sentences. الكلمات الجديدة, new words. New words. Okay, but what I would like to do in this lesson, as there's quite a few things going on in this lesson, but I want to just give you a summary. Okay, a summary of all the things that you kind of learn or should know about from this lesson, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so of the first things that we learn about in this lesson is making the fa'il, the one who does the verb, feminine. So we had, for example, the habtum. Okay, the habtum. This is masculine, antum. This became the habtunna. Okay, the habtunna. So this tunna is a feminine sign, making the verb the object, the one who, not the object, the subject. Al-fa'ilu, as we mentioned, al-fa'ilu, the subject of the verb, is the tum or the tunna, masculine on this side. So this side is masculine. Allah musta'an. This side is feminine and this side is masculine. Okay. This side masculine, this side feminine. The habtunna for feminine, the habtum for masculine. The habtum for masculine. Okay, that's the first thing that we learn within this dialogue. Okay, then we learn kana. Okay, so let me just quickly rub this part out. And we learn kana. Okay, so kana, what's important about kana? Kana, it enters on the jumlatul ismiya. So we say plus jumlatu al-ismiya, the nominal sentence. Okay, so for example, if I said to you, we have this sentence, at-talibu mujtahidun. Okay, this is made out of two parts of the sentence. The mubtada, which is the subject of the sentence, and the khabar. The khabar, okay? So just write those terminologies for you in Arabic. We have the mubtada and the khabar. Al-mubtada'u, which is the subject, and al-khabaru, the information about that subject. So when we use now kana comes before the mubtada. Kana at-talibu, it doesn't affect the mubtada, it makes it stay marfu', it still takes dhamma, and it's now called ismu kana. Kana talibu, now the effect is on the khabar. We say mujtahidan. Mujtahidan. So the student was hardworking. Okay. If we said, for example, another example that we use kana, we said at-talibu. For example, at-talibu fil fasli. The student is in the classroom. Okay. Now I'm going to change this now. This is going to get changed. How am I going to change it? I'm changing the time. The student is no longer in the classroom. I say he was in the classroom. So I'm going to say what? Kana at-talibu fil fasli. Kana at-talibu fil fasli. Okay, no longer in the classroom. He was in the classroom before. Okay, so this is the usage of kana, shifting the time frame that we're speaking about. Okay, so let me just get rid of this now, inshallah. We also learn in this lesson the usage of dhu. Okay, so dhu, there's a few things to know. Dhu, it means sahibu, i.e. the companion of. So we say stuff like dhu malin. It always comes as mudaf ilayh. Dhu malin, the one who has money. Or we say dhu khuluqin, someone who is well mannered. We say how we say it, dhu khuluqin. Or someone who is knowledgeable. We say dhu ilmin. Like this, okay? This is how we say this is how we use dhu, okay? But in this we learn, for example, in this lesson we say al-kitabu dhu al-ghilafi al-ahmari, for example. So the book that has the green cover. Now the usage that we have to understand in this sentence as well, basically, look at this. This part of the word, the sentence is important. If this is definite with alif and lam, then the word that comes after dhu has to have alif and lam. Okay? If it didn't have alif and lam, if I said, for example, if I said هذا kitabun. Now this is indefinite. Kitabun, indefinite. Pay attention here. هذا kitabun ذو غلاف أحمر. Okay, so now, because this noun is indefinite, the noun after dhu is also indefinite. Okay, that's just a point to note. It didn't show us this within the lesson. This is something for you to know. If the noun before it is definite, as we see in al-kitab, then the noun after dhu is going to be definite. Al-kitabu al-ghilafi. Okay, kitabun dhu ghilafin. Okay, this is the difference between the two, inshallah. So that's the main things to know, the main rules that we have studied within this lesson. Again, do the exercises. If you get stuck and don't understand what to do, contact me. Check your answers in the answer resource that's on the resources page, the answer book for the Medina books. That way you can check you're on the right page, inshallah ta'ala. If you need further explanation, don't feel shy to get in contact with me, and we will facilitate your needs to the best of our ability. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أراكم في الدرس القادم إن شاء الله.